King, luchador, professional wrestler, and former competitor of the King of Iron Fist tournament, who has become a WWE superstar. But how did he get to the biggest wrestling promotion on the planet? This is the global pro wrestling journey of King 2. King made a name for himself wrestling at Lucha Libre Magic. He won the tag team titles 4 times, along with his mentor and former rival, Armor King. In a shocking turn of events, Armor King would betray him in a surprise backstage assault, putting King out of action for months. When King returned, he wanted revenge against Armor King in a violent steel cage encounter, where he would defeat his former tag team partner. Following the victory, King would begin his singles career in LLM. After many victories, King would soon find himself competing for the LLM World Championship. Here, he would defeat the reigning champion, the Spanish psychopath, Vega. After a series of matches, King would eventually lose the championship back to Vega. He then put his focus on the rising sun. King would make a surprise Pro Wrestling Japan debut at Wrestle Palace, where he defeated the powerful Wolf Hawkfield in a 30-minute classic. King would go on to have an amazing run of matches. Against Ryden. Against Jax Briggs. And even a surprise match with Kenny Omega, which the Observe Wrestling newsletter gave 14 stars and said was the greatest match of all time. It would have been 15 in the Japan Dome. King would again find himself in a world title match, this time competing against Zangief for the PWJ World Championship. He would defeat the Russian Cyclone and become the new champion. King would begin a feud with new upstart, Hercule, for the PWJ World title. His title run would be in jeopardy a year later. Here he would defend the championship against Craig Murdoch. He would lose the PWJ World title. King would go on to have a strong year of wins, but an old familiar face returned. Armor King was back and challenged King to a death match at Wrestle Palace. In what would be King's final Pro Wrestling Japan match, he would defeat Armor King. At this point, King had made a great impression on the wrestling world. It was rumored that he received an offer from WWE to join their NXT brand. And at NXT Stand and Deliver, King would make his NXT debut against Joe Coffey. With his first NXT win, King began his legendary WWE career. Who knows what the future holds?